I was actually married, had a child of my own, a daughter, and 3 stepsons, working a full-time job. I was also in cosmetology school, full-time. While I was in cosmetology school, I was into it about 1,200 hours, and I ended up having a crying spell while I was doing a gentleman's hair. The teachers there at the school, they actually called my family. I went home with my family. I was home for about 2 days and just slept and cried and continued crying and sleeping. When my parents decided to take me in to have me evaluated, they took me to Community Counseling Center in Cape Girardeau. And with that evaluation, they had diagnosed me with bipolar. Within the first year of all of this going on with me, I actually lost my husband to it. Just not knowing what was next for me on a daily basis was the most darkening place you could be. Not being able to just get up out of bed and take a shower. It was just not, it's not a normal feeling. You want to get up, you want to be able to do things, and you have your children standing over you wanting you to go play, and you can't. The depression just hit even harder. I wouldn't get out of bed. I didn't have any motivation or any interest in anything. My family had applied for disability for me a couple different times. I knew that there was a spark of hope that I could find something that was going to push me back into the real life, is what I call it. For me, working off benefits was something I needed to do within myself to help my own mental stability, to make me feel worth something again. And with all this, Community Counseling Center they've just been my light of hope, and they keep giving me more opportunities to move forward with my job and my life in general. I really don't think that I would be sitting here today if I wouldn't have went to Community Counseling Center. And I feel like I owe them as much as I do my parents and my own family, that I'm still here today. No one said life's easy, but with the supports that you have, your family, your friends, Community Counseling Center, you can keep moving forward.
After my girlfriend passed away, she passed away in bed next to me. After that, I kind of lost it and went on a drinking binge where I gave away my house. I quit my job, ended up moving into a little place in Perryville, and basically drank myself silly for 19 months before I came to Lou Masterman Center. Before I came there, I spent every day just in my room, drinking and doing whatever I could get my hands on. Basically, I didn't work, I didn't do anything, just depressed. I had a caseworker, Lisa Manetz in Perryville. She used to come over there like once a week and get me, see how I was doing. She told me about Lou Masterman's, and I agreed to go, but every time she would pick me up, I would answer my phone, I wouldn't answer the door. After all these, I'd wake up out of these nightmares, I'd be in a full-blown anxiety attack, I called them. And they actually came and got me and took me back to Community Counseling Center. And that's when I agreed to go to Lou Masterman's. I relapsed twice. And I could have got kicked out, but they didn't. I guess they had a little bit of faith in me. And they gave me the time and the space to figure everything out. And the tools, really. Because, I mean, I've been in rehabs and stuff before. They always try to, it's like a rotating door. You know, it's like, hurry up and get better, get out. Here, there's a time limit, but you're not hurried up and rushed. Leah's my therapist, she's great. I can tell her anything. Stuff that I never told any other therapist. I just feel like, at home there. Really now, I have for months now. If it wasn't for Community Counseling Center, I'd probably be either dead or living under a bridge. Because in December, the December before I came here, I tried to quit drinking on my own and ended up in a seizure and ended up in a coma for about a day and a half. Community counseling got me back on track. They really have. Now I think I'm on the right track to be, fully functional again. More functional than probably I've ever been in my life. More sober, more everything. I want to go back to school. We're going to test them waters, see if I can do that. I think I can.
I was in a depression that I didn't really realize because I smothered it with my drug addiction when my son got killed. He got killed at 20 years old in Arnold, Missouri at a job-related accident, and we got him to St. Louis University Hospital, and as they were stabilizing him there and moving him into intensive care, he had a massive heart attack, and we had to put him on life support. And he got killed on my birthday, and we buried him on Mother's Day, because I really felt like it was the end of the world for me when this happened. And it was very hard for me to even start functioning unless I was high. I just started getting heavily into my drug addiction, and then it was causing so much problems for my kids and me, and it wasn't the life that I wanted to live. I prayed to God that I would get arrested and just get this done with. And I did get arrested, but I had such an awesome probation officer that she noticed what was and she didn't understand how I could handle the whole situation to begin with without getting any help, because she said, nobody, Tammy, can just deal with that. That is a hard thing to deal with. Nobody can deal with that by yourself. So you're not, she said, you're not stupid for doing what you did because you were trying to mask all your feelings because you did not know how to ask. So I called a community counseling center, and I went in, and they have people there that aren't licensed people that you can speak to, but people that care. Well, they just happened, when I told them I'd call them back, I never called back. They called me back to just check on me and see how I was doing, because they knew I was depressed. And the day they happened to call, I was having a very bad day, and they said, well, how about if we just come get you out of the house and talk to you some? And they came and picked me up, and it was so nice that they just, for once, somebody listened to my feelings and let me talk about where I was coming from. All their classes helped me focus on what I need to do and make me feel like I'm doing things the right way. And that's what I appreciate the most, that they're there for me. I would have never have known how to get my life out of the depression and the mental state I was in if I wouldn't have came across this center. And I think everybody needs to know that there's help for everybody. Even if you feel down and there's nobody, there is people at the center that truly care and are truly there to help you, one extreme to the other, for almost nothing, just for love, which is an awesome thing because you don't find that too much in my world, But I am very blessed and very happy at being in this program.